Alright, so I've been thinking way too much about what Red Dead Redemption 3 could actually be. And no, this isn't just wishful thinking because I can't emotionally move on from RDR2. Okay, maybe it is a little. But let's be real, Rockstar will make another one. The money's too good, and people will eat it up no matter what they do. There are a few clear directions they could take with it, and I want to break down each one, not just from a story perspective, but also what kind of gameplay systems and mechanics could come with them. I'm talking setting, tone, features, stuff that would actually evolve the series in a meaningful way. Let's get into it. So the most obvious route is a sequel to the original Red Dead Redemption. We pick up after Jack kills Edgar Ross and steps into this new, modernizing world with absolutely zero plan for what to do with his life. Story-wise, this would probably be the darkest game in the series. Jack is a weird character. He grew up in this life of crime, then tried to live normally, and ended up right back in the cycle of violence anyway. If Rockstar really leans into that, we could get a game that's less about being an outlaw and more about a guy trying to survive in a world that's leaving him behind. Gameplay-wise, there's a ton they could do. We're in the 1910s now. Automobiles are more common, cities are growing, and guns are evolving. They could give us more urban settings, with tighter streets, larger towns, and maybe even early organized crime elements. Think early mafia-style missions, political corruption, backroom deals, federal agents chasing you instead of just bounty hunters. The honor system could evolve here too. Instead of just good cowboy, bad cowboy, maybe Jack's decisions affect how the government treats him. Side with law enforcement? You're a rat. Help out old gangs? You're hunted like an animal. No middle ground. And if Rockstar really wanted to mess with people, they could lean into Jack being borderline unstable. Give him PTSD mechanics, hallucinations, nightmares. Something that reflects how broken this guy really is. Not to be edgy, just to stay honest to the character. But I'll say this, if they do go this route, the tone of the game is going to be bleak. Like, no one gets a happy ending, levels of bleak. And that might actually make it the most realistic Red Dead yet. Now this one would sell instantly. A prequel to Red Dead 2 that shows the early days of Dutch's gang. We already know there's so much history there. Young Arthur, younger John, Dutch and Hosea still being somewhat sane, the original members still loyal. And of course, the infamous Blackwater ferry job that goes completely to hell. This game could follow a much more linear rise and fall structure. You start with small heists and scams, slowly build your reputation, recruit new members, maybe even manage camp life with a little more depth than RDR2 had. From a gameplay perspective, I think this is where Rockstar could improve a lot. RDR2 had great immersion, but after a while, the camp stuff felt shallow. What if in RDR3, your choices about the camp's survival actually mattered? You don't just bring in food, you decide how the gang grows. Do you keep it small and loyal? Or expand and risk rats like Micah slipping in? There's also room for more detailed heist planning. RDR2 barely scratched the surface there. Let players scope out targets, choose approaches, assign roles, maybe even have success or failure actually change the story instead of just giving you a different cutscene. Also, I want real consequences. If you screw up a job, maybe Lenny doesn't come back. Or maybe someone else has to take the fall. The kind of stuff that hits hard, not just restart from checkpoint. This prequel could also expand on Dutch's transformation, show how he slowly goes from idealist to narcissist. It could be subtle at first, manipulating people, twisting his ideology, and by the time you realize what he's become, it's already too late. If Rockstar wants another slow burn tragedy, this is the move. Now this is the wild card. No Marstons, no Dutch, no connections to the previous games at all. Just a completely new story in a new location. There's a lot of room here. They could set it in the Southwest, deep into Mexico during the Revolution, or even take it back earlier, like 1850s, Gold Rush era, maybe even something during the Civil War. Something way less structured, more chaotic. New protagonist, maybe not even an outlaw in the traditional sense. Could be a bounty hunter, a deserter, a corrupt lawman, someone with their own twisted sense of justice. Design-wise, this opens up new gameplay systems. Imagine a faction system where you can side with local militias, cartels, early government forces, shaping entire regions of the map based on who you help or screw over. Towns could actually change depending on your choices. burnt down, rebuilt, abandoned. The morality system would need a revamp too. Instead of just good and bad, maybe its reputation with specific groups. You could be feared in one area and respected in another. It's more dynamic, less cinematic, more player-driven. And if they said it earlier, survival could play a bigger role. No general stores in every town, less access to tech. You might have to actually hunt and scavenge to survive. Not in a build-your-own cabin kind of way, just enough to make things tense. This would be the boldest move, but maybe the best one long-term. It avoids the baggage of the Marston Dutch storyline and lets Rockstar explore new stories without being chained to existing characters. Alright, one last idea, and it's kind of out there. Rockstar could revive Red Dead Revolver. Most people never played it, or forgot about it entirely. It's not even in the same timeline as Redemption. But what if they gave it the remake treatment? Take Red Harlow's story and rebuild it in the RDR2 engine. Keep the tone slightly over the top. Lean into the spaghetti western feel. Over-dramatic villains, stylish gunfights, insane boss characters. It'd feel different, but still fit the western vibe. Mechanics could go more arcade style. Dueling systems, bounty board mini-bosses, maybe even a linear mission structure instead of an open world. Just something fast-paced, brutal, and fun. Less realism, more action. Or they make a sequel instead. Red Harlow as a bitter old gunslinger, forced out of retirement. Like Arthur meets Clint Eastwood, except he doesn't die of disease. He probably just dies because he's pissed off the wrong people. It wouldn't need to be a massive game like RDR2, but it could scratch that itch while Rockstar takes another 14 years to finish GTA 7. So yeah, those are the 4 possible directions I think Red Dead Redemption 3 could actually go. Jack's story, the early gang years, a brand new setting, or a Revolver revival. Each one has serious potential, but also some huge risks. Personally, I'd love a fully redesigned gang prequel with more heists, more freedom, and actual consequences. But honestly, at this point, I'd take anything. Let me know what you think. What kind of Red Dead 3 would you actually want to play? Drop your ideas in the comments, and thank you for watching.